After the vast work of creation had been completed, when the heavens were stretched out like a tent, and the earth had taken form beneath them, when the sun and moon stood in their appointed places, and the seas knew their boundaries, the seventh day arrived, and on that day the Almighty, the Creator of all, ceased from his labor, not because he was weary, for the Eternal One does not tire, but because his work was whole and complete. He looked upon what he had fashioned with his wisdom, and he blessed the seventh day, setting it apart from all others. It was to be a holy day, a day of rest, reflection, and divine peace, a gift to the world he had made. Now, the account of creation turned its focus to the earth itself. Before the shrubs of the field had sprung up, and before the cultivated grains had been sown by human hands, there was yet no rain upon the land. Nor was there man to work the soil, to bring forth harvest from the ground. Instead, a mist would rise quietly from the earth, veiling the landscape in a gentle vapor, watering the whole surface of the ground. Then, with intention and tenderness, the Lord God stooped to the dust of the earth. With hands invisible yet infinitely capable, he formed a man, shaping him with the care of an artist and the strength of a builder. The body was made of clay and earth, but it remained lifeless until God, in an act of intimate creation, breathed into the man's nostrils the breath of life. In that moment, the man opened his eyes, and the dust became a living being, animated by the very breath of the divine. This man would be called Adam, meaning man, or from the ground. Desiring a place of beauty and purpose for his creation, the Lord God planted a garden in the eastern region of a land called Eden. It was not just any garden, it was a masterpiece, teeming with vibrant life and fragrant blossoms. Majestic trees of every kind grew there, their branches heavy with delicious fruit. The colors of the leaves shimmered in the light. The air was filled with birdsong and the gentle rustle of leaves stirred by the breeze of heaven. In the center of this paradise, God placed two special trees. One was the tree of life, whose fruit gave eternal vitality. The other was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, a tree shrouded in mystery and command. A river, pure and glistening, flowed out of Eden to nourish the garden. From there, it divided and became four great rivers, each with a name and region. The first was the Piscean, which encircled the whole land of Havilah, a place rich in gold and precious stones. The second was the Gihon, winding through the land of Cush. The third was the Tigris, which flowed east of Assyria, and the fourth was the mighty Euphrates. Into this garden, rich and teeming with life, God placed Adam not as a visitor, but as a steward. He was given a sacred task, to work the ground and care for the garden. Though paradise was abundant, it was not idle. It required guardianship. Yet Adam was not left without guidance. God spoke clearly to him, laying down the law of Eden. "You may freely eat from every tree in the garden," he said, "but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For on the day that you eat of it you will surely die." These words, both command and warning, were to test obedience and define the boundary between life and death. As Adam walked among the trees, speaking perhaps to the birds, and watching the beasts roam in peaceful harmony, God saw something that was not good. Though creation was blessed and beautiful, man was alone. And this was the first not good. In a world that had only known goodness, the Lord said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make a helper fit for him." Before this came to pass, God brought every creature of the field and bird of the sky before Adam, one by one. They came before him, and with wisdom granted from above, Adam named them all: the lion and the lamb, the hawk and the dove, the ox and the eagle. Each creature received a name. Yet as Adam surveyed all the animals, no companion was found who was like him. None who could speak as he did, feel as he felt, or share in his purpose. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and while he lay in that sacred rest, unaware of what was to come, God took from his side one of his ribs. He closed the place with flesh, and from that rib taken, not from Adam's head to rule over him, or from his feet to be trampled, but from his side, close to his heart, God fashioned a woman. This creation was not of dust, but of man himself. She was like him, yet distinct. She was human, yet wondrous in her own right. When Adam awoke and saw her, his soul recognized her before his mind could form the words. He cried out in awe and joy, "This now is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man." And so, the divine mystery of human union was born. It was here in Eden that marriage was first established, not by human hands, but by God Himself. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh, united in purpose, in spirit, and in body. And the man and his wife were both naked, yet they felt no shame. In their innocence, they walked freely with one another and with their Creator, clothed not in garments, but in trust, purity, and perfect peace.